What is going on, YouTube? It's Nite here today, back with a brand new video. Today I got my 2019 NFL predictions because the season's right around the corner. So pretty much I'm going to go through each division and I'll give you guys my records and their seedings, and then I'll go through a little playoff bracket. Pretty simple, let's hop right into the video. Let's start with the NFC North. I got the Vikings at number 1 with 11-5 record. Kirk Cousins, Dalvin Cook, and help the Vikings win the NFC North. I got the Bears in a solid second place at 10-6. They still got a talented team, even though they missed a field goal last year. They still got a really talented team, and I'm excited to see what they're going to do this year. Third, I got the Packers at 9-7. I don't think they'll be that great this year. I really only think they got Adams and Rodgers, and with the new head coach, it might be a little different system. And then finally, I got the Detroit Lions at a 4-12 record. I've never really heard much of the Lions being that great, other than that one year I think they went like 16-0, or maybe it was 0-16, one of the two. But the Detroit Lions don't really have anybody, especially if I think the NFC North is going to be this good. I think they're going to have a really bad year. So that's the NFC North. Let's hop to the NFC South. I got the Saints at number 1 with a 12-4 record. The Falcons number 2 with an 8-8, or Falcons, Panthers, and Buccaneers all with an 8-8 record. The Saints 12-4, they're going to be great this year. They got Drew Brees, Alvin Kamara is going to have a really good year. Mike Thomas, they're just absolutely loaded. And then the Falcons, Panthers, and Bucs all kind of got some, mix-ups. They got a lot of veteran guys. Well, kind of Jameis Winston, but Matt Ryan, Cam Newton, kind of are decent. They're kind of getting older, so not as great. Jameis Winston's a little bit young. He's still kind of he's growing into the league. So I think it's going to be a very interesting division, but definitely the Saints will win that by a solid margin. Then I got the NFC East. I got the Eagles at a 10-6 record. The Eagles the last couple of years have been very good. They've been able to get the job done that they needed to get done, and they've went to the Super Bowl and actually won the Super Bowl a couple years ago. So I think they're going to keep the same firepower with Carson Wentz. Number 2, I got the Cowboys at 7-9. Ezekiel Elliott finally signed a deal today. That's going to help them out a lot. Dak Prescott, very solid quarterback. Those two can help the Cowboys win, but they don't have enough to win in my opinion, so I'm going to say a 7-9 record for them. And then I got the Giants at a 6-10 record. Giants are pretty bad this year. I don't know what the whole deal with Eli Manning and Daniel Jones is going to be, but I do think that the Giants will start out really bad, so they'll throw Daniel Jones in for some reps. Yeah, they've either got Saquon. Other than that, I don't really know anyone else that's good on their team. And then finally, the Washington Redskins 5-11. Haskins, Keenum, all those guys, not that great. Haskins, I think, will be able to be a great quarterback in the league moving forward, but it's going to be hard with that Washington offensive line, so I'm very hesitant on them. I'm going to say they're going to be 5-11. Let's move on to the NFC West. I got the Rams, obviously, 13-3. The Rams are so good. They got Gurley, Goff, they got Cooper Kupp, they got Robert Woods, they got Aaron Donald, they got everybody you need, kind of like the Saints. I think they'll win the NFC this year with a 13-3 record. Then I got the Seattle Seahawks with a 10-6 record. They still got Russell Wilson, Chris Carson, all these magnificent guys. Their defense is still really solid. Vikings have to play them again this year. It's going to be tough. I think it's a Monday night too at Seattle, if I'm not mistaken. So Seahawks 10-6 record, and then I got the Cardinals at 6-10 record. Kyler Murray, number 1 draft pick, first year. I'm not too sure how he's going to do. I don't think he's going to be great, but I don't think he's going to be bad. He's kind of like a college quarterback in my opinion. I don't know if he's ready for the NFL, but nonetheless, you still need more players. You got Fitzgerald, you got Suggs, but you kind of need more. Those are kind of veteran guys. So I think they'll have an iffy season. And then finally, the 49ers, 5-11. The 49ers have never really seemed to get anything right these last couple years, in my opinion. They started off the year as very bad, and I'm not too sure where they're going to end up this year, so I kind of kept them at that record. Let's go to the AFC now. The AFC North, I got the Pittsburgh Steelers at a 10-6 record. They got rid of the Bell Brown drama. They're kind of rebuilt, but they got the same team. They just got a new focus. Everything's back to normal. I think they're going to have a solid year. And then the Browns, 8-8. A lot of people are saying that the Browns might be go to the Super Bowl. I do not believe that. Yes, they do have a good team with Baker, OBJ, Jarvis Landry, all those guys. But you need to build up your team. You can't just jump into the first season and be like, oh, we're going to be amazing. You got to build the chemistry. So maybe next year, I think they'll actually be pretty decent to make the playoffs and make a run for the Super Bowl. But this year, I'm not going to say they're going to go anywhere. And then I'm going to go to the Baltimore Ravens at a 7-9 record. The Baltimore Ravens have Lamar Jackson now. They kind of got the new offense where it's kind of running option, that kind of stuff with Lamar. So the wide receivers and tight ends might get some catches, but wide receivers kind of struggle. I feel like you need a balanced offense in order to win a football game. But their defense is very solid. They got one of the best defenses in the NFL, in my opinion. So they're not going to have a bad year at all. But 7-9, about 500. I don't think it's going to get them enough to get to the playoffs. And then finally the Bengals, 3-13. They've really got nothing going for them in my opinion. I think they're going to be the worst team in the league this year. I could be 100% wrong, but that's why I'm making predictions. AFC South, number 1, Texans, 11-5. I actually had the Colts number 1, but I'll get to that in a minute. Texans, Deshaun Watson, DeAndre Hopkins, Lamar Miller went down this year, but a ton of people that saw it on their team. J.J. Watt, this team is solid. They made it to the playoffs last year, and I can see them making it to the playoffs again this year. The Jaguars, 9-7. Jaguars had a rough year last year with Fournette and everything. Very sad. I wish the Jaguars did well, but they did not do well at all. So 9-7 record. I think it's going to be a little better than last year. Slowly build that team back up and going, but they got the talent to do something. Don't get me wrong. The Titans, 7-9. The Titans kind of were like a lucky team in my opinion last year. I don't think they deserved to be in the playoffs, but somehow they made it to the playoffs. I'm pretty sure they made it to the playoffs. Anyways, 7-9. Marcus Mariota, that kind of stuff. Not that great in my opinion, but he did go to Oregon. Usually Oregon quarterback's pretty good. And then finally you got the Colts, 5-11. They actually were my number 1 team in the AFC South, but without Andrew Luck, I don't know that they can do anything. Jacoby Brissett, in my opinion, is not a starting quarterback. If they go out and get a quarterback that can help them win, they have a better chance. But with Jacoby Brissett, I don't think they have any chance. Let's go to the AFC East. The Patriots, 12-4. Tom Brady, Ron Gronkowski may come back, but a bunch of players, they're always solid. They find a way to make it to the Super Bowl every year. 12-4 record for them. The Dolphins, 9-7. I don't even know if Tannehill's still on that team, but they got a new coach, new look kind of, but still a solid team. That AFC East is not that great. The Bills and Jets, I can see them getting those division wins, and so they can do decent. 9-7 record. And then I got the Bills, 7-9 record. The Bills aren't that great in my opinion. They do got Josh Allen, which I don't think is that good. If you guys did not hear our fantasy football podcast, I will link that in the description. But we have a podcast, new video about it later. So totally getting off track here. But Bills, not a solid enough offensive line to help them win. And then Jets, 5-11. Again, they have a new coach with Adam Gase, but I'm not too sure how I feel about the Jets. I don't think they have enough talent, especially with the Patriots in their division and the schedule they have to do that well, so I got them at 5-11. And finally, the AFC West, I got the Chiefs number 1 with 13-3 record. Chiefs are so good. Mahomes, Hill, Kelsey, Damian Williams, LaShawn McCoy. This team is solid. This team is a Super Bowl worthy team. 13-3 record for them. The Chargers with an 11-5 record. Chargers right behind them last year, can be right behind them this year. Really sucks that Melvin Gordon can't agree to a contract, because if Melvin Gordon was on the Chargers, they would win a Super Bowl, or be close to winning a Super Bowl in my opinion. So they have a really talented team, but without Melvin Gordon, they still have Austin Eckler, so I can see them still doing really well. The Broncos, 7-9. They got Joe Flacco, who in my opinion is not that good of a quarterback. They got Philip Lindsay. They got a couple other key players. I think Von Miller's on the team. I might be wrong with that. But the Broncos, 7-9. And then finally, the Oakland Raiders. They got the addition of Antonio Brown this year. The whole helmet issue, I'm kind of sick of it. Thank God it's done. But I'm going to say a 4-12 record for them. Just because, again, you can't just have a good wide receiver. You need to have a solid quarterback. Derek Carr, in my opinion, is alright. I don't think he's that great. They still need a better offensive line and maybe a better running back. They got that Josh Jacobs guy, who I have on my fantasy team, but I don't know if that's good enough. So that's it for the divisional stuff. Let's go to the playoffs. In the AFC bracket, I got the 1 seed Chiefs having the bye and the 2 seed Patriots having a bye. I got the 3 seed Texans playing against the Jags. Both division rivals. I think the Texans are going to win that game. And then I got Steelers and Chargers 4-5. I'm going to say the Chargers are going to beat the Steelers on the road. And how the NFL playoff bracket works, I think, is then like the 1 seed will play the lowest seed that won their game. So, for example, it was the Chargers because they were a 5 seed. And same with the 2 seed, they play the best. So that's how I think it is. So that's how I'm basing off. So Chiefs and Chargers, I got Chiefs. I feel like more experience. They've already been in the AFC Championship. Mahomes can lead them to a Super Bowl. So I'm going to put the Chiefs there. And then I got Patriots and Texans. I got the Texans beating the Patriots here. I don't think the Patriots will move on. I don't, because I feel like they've been so good these last couple of years that they're finally going to have a defeat. And I think the Texans have the talent to do so. So in the AFC Championship game of Chiefs and Texans, I got the Chiefs moving on. I mean, Mahomes, he's a god already. He's like, what, 1 season in, 2 seasons in? He knows what he's doing. He can win them a Super Bowl. So I had the Chiefs advancing to the Super Bowl. Let's flip to the other side. Rams and Saints buys 1-2. Vikings playing the Seahawks. That has some flashbacks, especially in Minnesota with Blair Walsh missed field goal. But I do have the Vikings winning that game against the Seahawks. That's all behind them. And I don't know if the Seahawks can compete with Minnesota at Minnesota. Who knows though? Eagles, Bears, I got the Bears. Same matchup last year with Cody Parkey, but I think that the Bears will finally figure out how to win against the Eagles, so they do. I got the Rams and Bears. I got the Rams winning that game. I think that one's going to be a blowout. And then Saints and Vikings. Call me crazy, but I'm going to say the Vikings. I really am. Maybe it's because I'm a Vikings fan, but I feel like we're going to go to this New Orleans and upset them. So it'll be the Rams and Vikings in the NFC Championship. I got the Rams moving on to the Super Bowl again. Chiefs and Rams, I got the Chiefs winning the Super Bowl. Guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you like this video, comment down below, and hit the subscribe button. Until next time, it's time.